Good morning. Good morning. We are here. How's it going, Predator? Isaiah, smash the like button. Good morning. Covebert. Good morning. Let's check the range from the overnight. Good morning, Vietnam. Look at this range. Not bad. 130 points. $130. Let's measure the fib. Kind of pushing up here. We'll see. $20,200 area looks good for a pump. What up, Tech T? Yeah, I mean, I don't hate the push up into that area. I guess, if we're starting off here. We already inversed this. Do we tap into this? Not quite. So you got a 15-minute gap up here from 159 to 177. So we'll kind of see what happens in that area. We might get something like this, a little pump up and then kind of come back down to clean that out. No guessing, though. We just see what the market gives us at open and go from there. Iran, good morning. Aaron. Bob. Like 11 o'clock, Bob. Not too late. 11:15 maybe, something like that. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. So we know there's a 15-minute gap somewhere between 60 and 79. We'll pay attention to that. If price starts pushing up, we'll kind of keep that in mind for our trade. Guess the sound SMR going good. Tomas, good morning. Jeff, Tech T, what up? Pine Tree in the house. New home sales 10 a.m. You are correct. You are correct. Mad Moxie in the house. Is anyone else Fast Track Dashboard all screwed up? Yeah, I think they said that it's all messed up, Pine Tree. Mine shows no trades from, I think, Friday, maybe. Doesn't show any trades from Friday. A couple of the days are missing, but as long as your rhythmic is correct, I guess that's what matters. The dashboard is broken. Trading Mints has hit it with a hammer. Good morning, Hulk. Trading Mints has hit it with a hammer. He broke it. Destroyed it. New home sales, 10 o'clock, as someone mentioned. D mentioned. So new home sales, 10 o'clock. Crude oil inventories and stuff like that. 5-year note auction at 1. I mean, beyond that, not really much, right? Very similar news days this week, so we don't really know what we're going to get out of that. It could be, hopefully not like a Monday, not like Monday was. Yesterday was much better. When ESNQX Yeah, Zabak. I wish I could trade those though. I don't know if my set. I mean, I guess they do. Black Beauty does. She trades kind of whatever offers the setup. Trying to get to that point, but it's so hard for me to watch all the indices at one time. I'm not that talented, so not that talented to be able to watch everything and to decide which one the play is on. But yeah. Good morning, Jan. You're in crude now. Yeah, I just don't have it. I don't have the ability. What up to Mimi? Don't have the ability. Let's see here. Got to look at something right quick, guys. Give me one moment. All right. Anyways, he who covers much squeezes little. Better focus on one instrument. Yeah, I mean, it depends on who you are, right? I know Black Beauty does well on everything. Dayform basing 56.67 has been the key pivot trade as posted, holding failed breakdowns 9 times. See the targets from yesterday. Plan today, 82 well tested, 69 well tested. Keeps 801 to 808 alive. 69 fails, we see 57. Per Mancini. Yeah, we'll see trading minutes. They should. What up, Labby? So we'll kind of see what happens there. What do we got here? Got about 7 minutes until open. Don't care too much about the fast track dashboard. You should journal your trades. Yeah, or you can always go back in RTrader Pro or whatever platform you're using and look it up if you needed to. If you needed to. You could. It is nice to have the dashboard, though, to be able to look at your progress. It's kind of nice. There's an algo type pattern with indices and crude oil, and once you learn the rotation, it starts to make sense. Yeah. I don't know the rotation, Black Beauty. I don't know it. Black Beauty, where are you at in you're in Texas, right? Where are you at in Texas? If you don't mind answering. I think you're in Texas. I don't know. For some reason, I think you're from Texas. Woodlands. Okay, so you are from Texas. See? I thought you were. I have no idea what Woodlands is, though. No clue. We can look it up, though. Woodlands, Texas. Let me see here. North of Houston. The Burbs. What up, Robert? Yeah, it looks like north of Houston, I'm assuming. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, can't really look it up in R Trader Pro since they changed the servers. Oh, yeah, I guess that's true, Jan. I didn't think about that. I did not think about that. Good morning, Fred. I mean, that is an interesting point. That's an interesting point. Pumper dump and open. I think we move up, but we might manipulate lower first. But it looks to me like we probably move up. Let's say we ran that 155.50 area that we were looking at to get ran 155.75. I was kind of looking at that last night, thinking that we would run that, you know, on these push-ups here, but we never did. Gus, who's in my chat, ended up being correct on this push down. He called out the 89 level. So we did hit that and actually moved quite a bit below it, 64. But yeah, we're kind of generating a little low resistance here. So I think a little pump at open is in order here. No equal lows below. So I think a push to this wick here at a minimum quickly at open makes a lot of sense. Maybe a little higher than that, 165-ish. Test that 15-minute gap that we got up here in the 160 area. But obviously I'm not trading that, but that would kind of be my lean. Jam in the house. Lost the 5. Fast track copier did not close the positions. That sucks. I've never used Motive Wave. I don't know a lot about it, Robert, but I've heard good things about it. I've heard good things about Sierra charts. If you want it, I know you have to pay for it. I'm not sure how much it costs. So, yeah, that could be, Jan. That could be a possibility. Let's go, Josh. But I think a run up into that 15-minute gap makes sense too, and maybe we get a short out of that. I mean, I don't really see a clear... it looks like there might be equal lows here, actually. A couple sets of equal lows, maybe, down here. Yeah, we do have a couple of sets of equal lows. And then so yeah, it's already running that low resistance already before we even open. It's not shocking. It ran a lot of that there. Kind of left equal highs at 150 as well. Probably runs right through that at open. You have to pay for TradingView. You don't have to, but I think it's, if you want live data, you have to pay like $10 a month. CR charts is expensive if you want all the data. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That's a lot. Yeah. Sierra's nice though, right? You don't get too much issues with Sierra as far as I know. I mean, I don't know. I've never used it. I see Trades by Matt uses it, and I don't see him having too many issues, really. So, might be to just power through your TP there. Power through. Trading was like $7 a month. All right. I can't remember. I knew it was like around 10. It comes out of my account line. You know, obviously you just set it up for auto pay and you forget about it. But Francis, good morning. All right, we got less than a minute here, guys. Less than a minute. We got new home sales data coming out at 10. So we'll see kind of what happens between now and then. Jam's live right now. I'll pull you up in a bit, Jam. I got to pay attention right now. A bit more correct, you would say, but don't know if you really need level 2. Yeah. Nice job, Zabak. You're in short 148.50. Oof. Man, good luck. Hope that works for you. I don't know if it will. What up, Zilmi? My lean was that we push into the 160s quickly. Now, we did just kind of run this here. We left equal highs there. 152. Yeah. Oh. I do think another push here is probably warranted. ES to the moon over here. 794. Nasdaq should follow suit. At least into the 60s. There we go. Now we don't know where we're going beyond that. Okay, I got you, Jan. All right, here we go. We'll see what happens here. ES just straight to the moon here, right up, 10 points, straight at open. Not good, Zilmi. We lost. We blew 2 accounts. We blew 2 accounts. Par for the course, right? Par for the course. Good old fast crack. 192 sitting up there is the next swing. Looks like that's where we're headed at this point. We're kind of at the top of that 15-minute gap now. So I probably expect to run through 192 would be my guess. Although ES is pulling back pretty nicely here. We'll see. It's still alive, Benny. We're just down 1,000. And to add pour salt on the wound, there, Benny, the opening range, or the 15, whatever, the initial balance play actually banged yesterday for 40 points if I would have just waited for it on Nasdaq to just pour a little salt in the wound. So we'll see what happens, Jan. I don't really know if we're going to continue higher. Like, we did tap into a 15-minute gap. So, aggressively speaking, this gap here, if we do inverse this with some speed, I would expect it to sweep the lows, but we'll see what happens. The gap's fairly obvious, around 10 points. We don't mind it. So we are in a 15-minute fair value gap here, up here, that we tapped into. We swept liquidity. So from that perspective, this would kind of be if we're if the bias is correct. Now you could also, you got to think about this in both directions. So if this holds, and you get something like that, then that could be possible. So we'll just kind of see what happens. That's all we can see. That's all we can do. We have an SMT right now. Yes, big SMT. ES has already ran all those highs. But if we are truly bullish, then we're just going to continue higher. It's not really going to matter. Look at that. 10th day locked on 2 Formula Ones. Let's go, Francis. We're right here at the whole number. Approaching the whole number. Well, let's see if we get an opportunity for a long. We'll try. I really level, rejected twice. I think we go to 215, probably. Jeff. Can't be bullish. Yeah, we're definitely bullish. We're just kind of watching. Not much we can do here. Just wait and watch. I mean, we could be aggressive if we wanted to and try to take a long. But I think if we pop 200, we see 210 quickly, probably 215 quickly. But it's not really an entry there. That would just kind of be an I think trade. Zilmi, I mean, this is my job. But yeah, I mean, you know, full transparency, I get paid from the affiliates. You know, that's, I get paid from fund. I get paid for affiliates and I get paid from trading. So that's how I pay my bills. What up, Steve? Good morning, Robert. Moses. Yeah, I mean, like, you could just got long it open, but like, you know, you never know, right? You never know. I mean, I could take a long here, like on a eval or something, but I'm going to try to be a little more patient. I think we run through 215. Should just be a spike through there in a moment. Realizing your own sim. Uh-oh, Jamie. Yeah, I used to do that all the time on Tradeovate. Whenever you used to log into Tradeovate, like if you had Topstep, it would automatically put you on the practice account for whatever reason. I don't know why it did that. And if I would sometimes forget to change it to the other account, and I'd take a trade and I'd be like, boom. And then I'd look up and it'd say practice account. And I'd say, what in the hell? Oh, yeah, absent. I think we continue too. I don't know what we get beyond 215, but you know. Oh. Do. Gonna need more time than this to establish a target. All right, you got this wick up here as well. Holding that 92 area there, just trying to push up. I think that 214's next, but we'll see. Do have new home sales, 20 minutes. I got 251 as the next level up, absent, maybe more. Completely bought off. We shoot at least 1 4-hour candle. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we could take not our model here. Stop's too big. I think a push up out of this area makes a lot of sense. Kind of tap that 21 or that 9. Fair value gap here. I mean, we could maybe get a long out of this. Let's see. Just look how small the 4-hour wick from our candle is. Unfortunately, not really got, I mean, that little pushback up that killed our gap that we possibly were forming. Get on the 2 minute here and see. 2 minutes still working on a gap. We shall see. There is a double. There's 2 gaps in the 30-second chart. Still pulling back a little deeper here. How valid are they with the 1 minute being eaten? I don't mind the 30-second, but it's just one of those ones where, you know, you would like a little push lower, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I mean, ideally, in a perfect world, that would make more sense, right? So we'll see. So you'd like it to be a little deeper in the leg if possible, and to be a little more obvious. So a nice little pullback here. Clean out these equal lows here. Maybe tap into this lower gap. Put us in OTE of this leg. And then maybe we can, then we could probably look for a long out of that. I think that would be highest probability here. The best option. It's eating into the 30-second short, but I don't dare. No, I'm not taking a short. Absence looking for entry at 163. You do have equal lows below there, though. So this is what, you know, this is fine. This is kind of like best case scenario here. If this can stay open. $30 left on this candle. And if we push back up and we close out that gap, we still have the 30-second option as well, which looks clean. So how many Bulenox count can you have? You can have 11 funded at one time. Maybe a sweep of this low and a nice bullish reaction, hold this gap. We don't have to sweep this low. ES back to the VWAP there, bouncing off of it. Let's see what happens here. Entered 150. So we'll see what happens here. I don't mind a sweep of 38 and a quick bounce out of there, and the body of the candle closes back into this gap. That would be okay. But we'll see. What'd you tell me, Max? I don't even know what you told me. What did you tell me? I don't even know. You said something? Oh, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. We do have an SMT here. ES already ran the open price. Nasdaq did not. Good morning, Trading Journey. How you doing? You told me it's going to go down? What? Did you? I don't know. Thank you. Thank you, Max. Oh. How big? This gap's too small. That's not. It's 4 points. Not obvious. Gonna have to take out this upper half. Good morning, Owlboy. How you doing? Well, 30-second and the 1 minute will close at the same time here. Yes, pushing up here, 93. And it's looking a little close to the tick there. 30-second did close above. Let's go. Gonna go stop to break even here. I don't like my entry here. I'm already out on the 30-second chart. I was already out on the 30-second chart over there on my other accounts. Yeah, Jan, it was a dirty close there. So Everyday Nutty is waking up reality of Apex. What is he? Oh, I don't know. Good morning, Pipe. The payout that is in your screen, is that what you get from trading? No, that's just trading, Pipe. Affiliates is separate. Up 600, let's go absent. I took that on my fast track accounts, guys. Let me make sure it copied correctly. Now that was on 20 fast track accounts. I'm sorry, 17. 3 are waiting for payout. 3 are waiting for payout. So, and it actually gave me 260, which sucks. It means I'm going to have to go through each one of these and lose freaking $10. But I took that on every account, every fast track account on the 30-second chart. And then I reached over here, and then that's why I had such a worse feel here, because I entered on those first. So we should expand higher here. You can target higher. I just moved the stop to break even too quickly. I didn't love my entry. Even though it wasn't horrible, the stop was just more than I was comfortable with. It's about a 20-point stop there. We'll look for another spot on these accounts. It's not the end of the world. I'm happier to get the play on the fast track accounts there. So your entry was directly with sippage, but because of the momentum, you lost all your gains on fast track and gambled my way back to profit. Dude, I'm telling you, Steam, like that's, especially on those direct to funded accounts, man, that's when you do that. I've done that before. And it's like, you know, it's one of those ones where it's like, you know not to do it, but you still do it anyway. So you can see how close to payout we are on these. I am 120 away on that one. We are $45. Well, actually, it'll be 40. So we're like one trade away from payout on like 7 of these. So less than one trade away, which is beautiful. That's just beautiful, guys. Just beautiful. So we'll be locking down some more money. If we can get one more winning trade in on those, another, whatever, 150, 200 bucks. Pipe, it's tough. I mean, I used the copier. I mean, like right there, that copier had 17 accounts on it at one time. And I took this trade on 6 accounts. So we were in that 23 accounts at one time. So once the 17 hit profit, that's why I moved this to break even. Want to find another spot for some points on these accounts, but at the end of the day, if we don't, we don't. We'll look for another spot for an A+ setup. Yeah, I just stopped trading them kind of like. Except for this one account. I do have one account that I am trading. This one here. So this one's at $26,850. So That one's 1,800. That one's over the buffer. So once I take the payout on this one, we will have some buffer left. We'll take out $1,500 out of this account once I get ready for it. And we'll still have some buffer. The idea is to try to get that to 27K. And I don't know why I'm treating that account differently than I did on the other ones. So locking in 550, let's go absent. I mean, I think a run into 215 and an ultimate hold to 251 would be fine. I'm bullish until we hit 251, I think. So if we get another setup, you know, if this kind of pushes up, sweeps this high, maybe even sweeps that high, pull back, hold this inverse, and then we get another setup out of that, like that's kind of your second opportunity. It's not as clean, but it still could work. We'll look for another spot kind of like that. I mean, that's basically all we can do. When we don't sweep this high here, that's a bad sign. When we come that close, and maybe max will be right from here, maybe this lower high, and we dump back down and sweep this opening range low. So that could very well happen here. ES is not in sync right now either. Steam, I'd take the payout. I would take the payout. If you're working with house money, right? Then maybe you don't take the payout. But yeah, if you're not in the green overall, I take my payouts. So yeah, absent. If you got your stop loss and profit, I think it's fine. You have 50K at 52,815, 12 days traded something, and I should stop trading. Yeah, kind of late. I think I would just take the payout. You're getting bad feels lately with your latency. Yeah, it's weird. This looks like if we close below this, we're probably going to push down here. I don't like how this looks already. If you were targeting the highs, I think that you're probably going to get stopped out either way. Got taken out $600. Yeah, that's still good. That's a good win. Dun, dun, dun. I need to put some lotion on my arms, but I don't want to do that right here in front of you guys because, you know, I'm thinking of that movie. It puts the lotion on its body. Yeah, it depends, like, right? It depends on where you're at in your trading journey. I think that makes a big difference. Like, if you're already profitable and you're comfortable with the strategy you're trading, and you don't feel like, oh man, I'm super lucky to be at this level on my account, then yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with building a buffer. But if you're someone who just wants to take the payouts and you're okay with buying a new account, that's me. I don't think there's a right or wrong way of doing it. So it'll make you feel better. Winner circle. Oh. All right, so now we got to go through and lose like $10 on each of these accounts, which I hate doing that. But being over by $10, let's see what that does to your profit target if you're over by $10. Let's see. What does that do for it? So let's go 265 divided by 0.20. That means you got to get to 1325 instead of 250 or instead of 1250. So 75 extra dollars. Do I care about that, or should we just keep it? You bought back in at 190. Yeah, I think that's okay. I like 190. Should move. It should expand here if it's going to. It should expand if we're going to. If this does not make it back to this wick very quickly, then we dump. And we also still have the news here in like 5 minutes. Just do one micro. Yeah, I probably will. Just go for 1.5K. You could do that too, Jan. I go for 1.2. I just go for the 1250. There is news DA33 at 10 o'clock. It's not red folder. Ooh, left equal highs there. Look at that. No, it did tick it. It ticked it. One tick over. I don't think it's red folder. Actually, it does show 3-star. It shows 3-star, so I don't know. I don't know that it does much. Yeah, I think it's going too absent. I mean, my lean is bullish. I've said that the whole time, but I did not like how this pulled back and retested. Without, if it sweeps this and it pulls back like this, then that's bullish, right? When it fails to sweep that high there, that's what was sketchy about that. When this wick didn't sweep this high, then it's kind of like, oof. So, it's orange news on Forex Factory. I don't know why. What up, Andrea? I don't know why it's showing 3-star on the economic calendar there on investing.com, which is what I use. Took it with 2 minis. Let's go, Bassett. And again, ES and Nasdaq are out of sync right now badly. Nasdaq making new highs, ES hanging out the lows. Like, you don't love to see that. It typically means bad price action, or you're going to have an elevator on one of them at some point here. Feels like, you know, maybe once we run the 215, we might elevator down. I don't know. We'll see. You're the only one who listens to Trading Genius or Vincent's Levels at 8 a.m. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is, Winter Circle. Zilmi, yeah, I've been over this quite a bit, but I'll go over it again for you. The 25Ks are just easier to pass, and they're easier to get to payout, right? So that's why I choose the 25Ks. It's a 1-to-1, so you got to make 1,500. Or you lose 1,500, right? So it's a 1-to-1. And then once you're funded, if we're speaking about Apex, once you're funded, you only got to get to 1,600 to take out 1,500. That's pretty good. And then even with the rallies with Fast Track, you got to get to 1,250 to take out 1,250. I can't ask for much more, right? On the right top corner, you can't see my funded futures account on Quant Tower. How many connections do you have, Andrea? How many connections do you only have Quant Tower? Options Insider on YouTube. I'll check it out, Winter Circle. I trade a mini on Fast Track, Red Velvet, but it's very dangerous, right? 25K account with a mini. If you're not confident in your strategy, if you lose 2 days in a row, even 3 days in a row, if you lose 2 days in a row, you're going to be feeling bad, right? If you're down $500 on that account that quickly with only leaving you $750 in drawdown. So it's up to you. I mean, if you're talking about keeping that account long term and just easing it along, I would say mini. I would say a micro. The reason I don't trade micros is because I'm copy trading, and with 20 accounts on the copier with multiple micros, it's just going to be a nightmare. You just can't do it. The copier doesn't act right sometimes with one contract. So imagine if I had 5 micros on there that I had to pay attention to. It would just be a nightmare. So, TP about 250s. I think absent, yeah, you could get it. Stop loss in, yeah, that's what I would like right there. Absent. Stop loss in profit. Right here at this news could take you to your home. Could take you to your 250s. So we got, what, a minute and 15 seconds? I mean, if it were me absent, I have my stop at 195. Because if we close below this gap, if we push down below that, do you really want to still be long? So I'd probably park my stop somewhere about 195. But that would probably be the safest spot for it. You could obviously have it higher, but, you know. All right, less than a minute here. This is a good sign for you, absent. Good sign. I like that. You're connected with DX Feed and My Funded Futures. It should look like that. I'll take a look in a minute to try to help you with it, Andrea, but you should select, do you have a chart open like this? Where are you saying that you don't see your account? Over here? Or do you have your chart open like this? And I'll show you what the connection should look like. Well, we can do it. Well, we'll do it in a minute. When you click on this drop-down arrow here, you should be able to connect. Your connection should show My Funded Futures, DX Feed, whatever you named it. All right, there you go, Absent. Look at there. This is running. There's news. Didn't really do anything. Dun, 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 dun. $257. Benny, you can use Tradeify. Tradeify has an $81 50K account, all in, no activation fee, and it uses Tradeivate. Yeah. I agree, Sir Doss. I agree. But Andrea, do you see your account under connections there? You should be able to see it under connections. And then once you get onto your connection, you should see only that connection under your drop down. Interesting how it didn't quite get to 251. That's very, very interesting there. ES did start to push here. Still not made a new high. Man, I think this thing just goes. I'm tempted to just long here. Put my stop here. I am very tempted here to long. Stop here. 214, but I'm going to wait. Okay, Andrea. Awesome. Well, the problem, like I said, Absent, I would do it on a mini, but I think it goes here. I'm not going to jump in. If I did jump in, it would just be eval. I mean, I could turn the copier off. Could turn the copier off and just do it, but we're just going to watch. Stop will go to break even right there at 245. You want to see expansion. We're in the macro time, so if this is going to run this level, it should do it in the next 8 minutes. But above this wick here, you want to see a little burst. So right above that wick, you want to see just a little burst. Maybe into the 260. Little burst. It's got to get above that wick there. We should get a little burst there. A small boner candle, if you will. Just a small boner. Not getting up there yet. Yes, sorry, right there, 57.96, trying to push up there. High of day, 98 so far for the ES. In a 10-point range on the ES, kind of tight. Kind of tight. Yeah, it is slowing down right now, Bassett. Not a good look, really, to be honest. Interesting. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I like the look of that. 3 max at 25. Let's go. Sniper entry. Absent with the sniper entry over there. Thing is, if I took this trade, would I be mad if it failed? Probably. So, like, or would I feel bad about how the entry? Probably. So that's why I'm hesitant to take it. The 13-second? What? What? All right, I'm going to take it here. I'm going to go ahead and take it. I think we can push. Just thinking about it going here. All right, I'm going to give it a chance here to going to break even. Might take it off at like 8 points, 7 points. Let's see. All right, I'm just going to take it there. Why not? It's not really my model there, right? It's not really my model, but does it make sense? Yeah, kind of makes sense. Still could go, but I'm just going to take a little base hit there. Just take a little base hit. You don't need to be too crazy. So that was on my other 6 accounts. So got these almost back to break even overall. And then this was the first day on this one. This is the one we passed yesterday. And this is day 2 on that one. So I'll take that. Even though, I mean, like, hey, it hit my target now. But I didn't like that pullback. I'm not willing to let a trade that is not really my model, let a trade that's not really my model come back into the red. And last couple of days, I put the stop at break even. And then it, or actually not yesterday, but the day before, what did it do? Every time it came back and stopped me break even and then went. So I didn't want to allow that to happen this time. Me gusta, Samuel. Me gusta. So, yeah, I like that, the test of the gap. That's kind of what I was looking at right there, absent. So when this comes back down like this, holds the gap, holds the gap, holds the gap. That means this gap means something. That means this gap means something, right? There you go, absent. I don't know if you're looking for 256. But that's exactly what, to me, in my opinion, when you test this gap 2 or 3 times, and it holds, that means this gap has value. It means something. The market knows it's there, and the market knows it's there, and then it should hold, right? At least back to the high. So even though I didn't hold for full target, that's a me problem. But at the end of the day, I'll take it. And also, what time of day is it? We're in the macro time. It's 10:08. I think I entered the trade at 10:07. So that, I only got 3 minutes left. So you'd think this thing runs that level in the next 3 minutes. Can you give it the price rundown on Fast Track Trader, My Funded Futures, and Tradeify? Sure, Robert. Fast Track Trader is going to be $81 if you stack. So use my link, first of all. Let me get my link out for you. If you stack the codes, because you got to use their codes, you can't use my custom code, which I think is dumb, but that's the way they do it. But if you stack the code FTT_45 and the code apology_tour, you can still get the account for $80. But in order for me to get credit for that sale, you're going to have to click on my link before you buy the account. You cannot stack that with my custom code. I don't know why, but you can't. So that's how it is on Fast Track. And My Funded Futures, $48 all in, no activation fee for a 50K starter account. And if you are new to My Funded Futures, coupon code MM. If you're not new to My Funded Futures, it is $76 all in for the 50K starter, which is still a great deal. Tradeify, you have 2 different options. You can get the growth account, the 50K growth account, $81 no activation fee. It's an end-of-day drawdown account. The payout structure is very similar to APEX, but the account itself is very similar to My Funded Futures. No activation fee, $81 all in, or you can get a direct funded 50K account for $320. The direct to funded obviously has no eval. But that being said, man, you can buy, I don't know, how many accounts? 6 times 8. No, not 6. 5. No, not 5. You can buy 4 fast track 25Ks for the same cost of the one Tradeify. But that's up to you. The Tradeify does have Trade of 8. They do have Ninja. That is a big deal to some people. So it's up to you if you think it's worth it. So 10 25Ks are $800. Yes. Yeah, Moses. I mean, it's up to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's up to you, Moses. The 50Ks are going to give you more drawdown. It's your money and it's your account. So you know what room you need, right? You know what room you need to be successful. If you're okay with 1250 drawdown, trading 1 mini, trading 5 micros, whatever it might be, then the 25K is fine, right? If you're not okay with that, then the 50K makes more sense. Yeah, Clarity, that's what sucks. I just found this out last night, right? So you can only get the extra 10% if you use Fast Track's default code. So you have to use FTT45, and then you have to stack it with apology_tour. I didn't know that yesterday. I thought that the code just stopped working. Someone came into my chat last night during Asia and brought it to my attention. So thank you for whoever that was. I don't remember. But I want you guys to get the largest amount off. I don't want you to have to pay more just because you're using my code. So that being said, I want you to use I want you to use the standard codes, but you just use my link if you can. I just pinned it in the top of the chat there. So that sucks if you didn't get the extra 10. I do apologize. I wish I knew that yesterday because I certainly will have let you guys know, but I did not know. I myself purchased, was going to purchase one yesterday and would have paid the more price, but the higher price because I think I need one more. I ended up not getting it. That being said, Bulenox is still 90% off, guys, which is an amazing deal. An amazing deal. And also the, Apex being 80% off with the $85 lifetime activation fee is also very good. Like I said, you got to make your own decision on these prop firms, who you're going to use, why you're going to use them, that sort of thing. Oh. 1050K once fish tracks in. Yeah, I don't blame you, Moses. They're not getting. Yes, Steve, you are correct. Yeah, no worry, Robert. You are correct, Steve. So if you want to trade fast, if you want to trade Ninja Trader or Trade of 8, you're going to have to use the Trade of 5 if you want the direct to funded. Scott, because I mean, is it really going to do any good? I don't know. I'll send him an email, but like, am I going to hear anything? I think that's your target right there, right? 256 absent. Did it tick you? Oh, it one ticked you. You should get you. How long is Bulenox? It's still the end of the month, Steam. Need to always have your daily loss protection. Yeah, I mean, I think that's true, Winter Circle. I mean, like, Winter Circle, if you've been watching, I know you've been watching me a while, so you know very well that, like, part of the reason I'm successful is because I take one trade. I take one trade. And that's it. What up, Andy? Absent, it got you. Did it not get you this time? Come on, man. One tick away, that huge trade, just take that off. He got John Wicked. All right, one more push through for absent here. If it doesn't push through this time, you better take that off. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Absent. Guys, look at Jam over here today. Look at Jam over here. He's full on glasses, hoodie up, ready to make some moves, ready to murder the market over there. There you go. That got you. He's hungover. He might be. He might be. Your head hurts, Jam. All right, I got you. You're hungover is what somebody said. Jan said you're hungover. Let's go, Absent. Excellent trade. The new Rat Lord? Yeah, it could be. Oh, you don't drink? Yeah, me either. Oh, let's turn the copier off. Let's not make a mistake here. I don't drink either. Start to bottom, all in chat with the call outs. Let's go, Absent. Nice job. So funny because the ES did barely made a new high. I feel like you might have got. We do have a. Well, there's not really an SMT here now. I mean, is there? I don't think so. Well, ES did make a new. Is that an all-time high? I think it is. Yeah, ES kind of rejected up there off the 98 area. No real pullbacks. Yes. I think IB probably the low is going to be the better play. I mean, here's the thing with this inversion here. This inversion play, like, I don't know. To me, your stop has to go to break even at 93 there. Off that close. I mean, if you waited for that high. I mean, I guess if you didn't move stop on this pullback, then that's a nice big play, but would always end and break even the way I set up my TP. Yeah, I mean, that, Jen, it happens that way, right? Oh, I definitely don't skip eating breakfast. I do skip out on the working out and the meditation. I probably should go back to it, though. Moving higher. Moving higher, 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 higher. Husk is going to come down next week. He'll be here on Friday. So Husk is going to come down next week. Husk trades. He's going to sit in my lap, and I'm going to press the button for him on his trades. You know how Patrick always says, do I need to come over there and sit in your lap and press the button for you? That's what I'm going to do for Husk. Hold on, I just got a call. What is this call? What is this? I don't know where this is from. Don't know who they're calling. Physical therapy at the hospital? Not me. Oh, thank you, Moses. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. It's 3:30 p.m. here in the market open. I'm always done for those things down before you even touch your breath. Yeah, that's true. Good old Hussy. Yeah, Husk trader. He's going to sit in my lap, and I'm going to rub him on. I'm going to rub his back, and I'm going to say, "Okay, Husk, bye here." Just kidding. If you didn't know, Husk is my cousin, so, you know, it's okay for him to sit in my lap. It's fine. It's fine. Taking a break, Absent? Nothing wrong with that. Apex would want a video of that? Yeah. That would be hilarious, right? To send the video in of Husk sitting in my lap. and my hand on top of his on the mouse, that'd be frowned upon, wouldn't it? Husk is not a small boy. Well, I'm bigger than Husk. Husk is like 5'9", a couple 100 pounds. I'm 6'2", 275. So, yes, LA, we roll like that. That's right. At least I don't have 1,000 bottles of baby oil at my house. Yeah, it makes sense. Winter Circle. I do need to step it up. See, Husk is all about it. He's like, let's go. Good times. They love the video proof. Yeah. Somebody should strap one of those babies on their chest, like one of those lifelike babies that aren't real. Strap it to your chest while you're training. So. All right, we got the overnight high there, 2271. ES is nowhere near the high. This thing's, man, anybody else feel like this thing's just going to dump? Anybody else feels like, do we feel like we're going to get like just a death candle? Anybody else feel that way? Another lower high here and then just a rip lower. Huss said, Diddy party, let's go. That's right. 1,000 pounds of Johnson & Johnson. I think this thing dumps. I mean, I just got the feeling. We hit the level that I wanted to see it hit. I feel like now there's not much else to do but pull back. I mean, maybe 210s would make sense. Oh, goodness. Brace for impact. Prepare the beds. Prepare the maids. The bed is about to be shat. And he's going to short 1 micro. Yeah, this looks like it's about to dump. I mean, you know, like we said, I mean, something like that. I don't think it's just going to go down. Although ES did pounce off a key level there, 91. We'll see how it reacts to that. But I think we kind of want to see a pullback. We want to see a pullback. We'll see if we get an elevator. Johnson on Johnson, Tenzuro, a play on words. We lost a subscriber after the Husk sitting in my lap talk. Sorry. You were too weak to be here anyway. You were too weak to be here anyway if you couldn't take that kind of talk. 203. Yeah, I think that kind of makes sense. You got like this here, that little first push up, that untested wick there. That would be a good first target, I feel like. Sold 265 mics. There's the big wick on the 1 hour from midnight that won't be left. Yeah, that's probably true. See, Music thought it was hilarious. I'm with Music. The Husk Musk cologne, looking for 240s. I mean, it just feels like, now if we make a new high here, I mean, it doesn't really even matter if we make a new high. You're still going to have, you know, you're still going to have a SMT with the ES either way, because there's no way, I don't see the ES making a new high here. I could be wrong, though. ES got to get through the pivot, or through the VWAP right there at the 90. You also have that key level of 91 that was kind of resistance earlier, kind of turning into a little support there. But I don't know. It just feels weak. It just feels weak. Can we continue higher? Sure. But Brian, we're all green. $250 times 17. And then, what? 135 times 6. Actually, it's like 260 times 17, but we're going to lose it down to 250. Oh, you were subscribed from your cell phone and not on your laptop. Oh, let's go, France. Thank you for the subscription then. Held the gap. I don't know, man. I wouldn't buy it. Are you talking about a sale? A good sale? Yeah. I definitely wouldn't be longing up here. Yeah, we do have initial balance here in 5 minutes. That's a good point, Jan. I do need to kind of get ready for that over here on this other account. What up, Cicerone? We'll see here. I think we get the elevator down to some degree here. You could probably go to a higher time frame, like the 3 minute, and see if there's a clear, obvious gap. So yeah, like on your 3 minute, see, look, this gap lines up with this wick test. I think this is a good target here. I think 206 is a good target. And if we close below this, I think we see the low of day. But I think ultimately this is a good target. But you want to see a little bit of, I feel like, it just feels like we need a little elevator here. You the man, smart Greeks, you the man. So, and there you go. Want to see a little expansion below this wick at 223, right into the low twos. You want it to not even, this gap does mean something. So like theoretically speaking, that's a good target too, but that gap definitely means something. We remember from earlier, that is the gap that we longed out of. So a close below this, you want to see some momentum below this wick here, 223. Now let's use our fib here. Let's kind of use our fib. I mean, would this long here make any sense? If we held this and we left a gap here, would this make any sense to long? It's not a trick question, I promise. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me. Now, could it work? Yeah, it could work. But we're still we're not in discount by any stretch. We're still in premium. So you would anticipate this probably failing. And obviously it closed the gap up there. But on the 30-second chart, there is a long there. Let's see if it would still work. I mean, from a mechanical perspective, this is an A setup. The problem is we're not in discount. We're in premium. And there's no clear draw on liquidity to me. Right? There's no clear draw on liquidity to the upside. So for this trade on the 30-second, that wick would be your break-even point and your scale for the long. This is not a long I would ever take. This is like a C setup. Can it work? Yeah, it can still work, but it's just not a great setup. Does Apex allow DCA once? Yes, Tebow, they do. Thanks, Smart Greeks. I go with the 50K accounts music on the Take Private Trader. Thank you, Gabriel. Thank you. Appreciate you. Liquidated everyone. Buy the fake red. Yeah, you could. And so this is just what I'm talking about. If this fails, I mean, this is just a perfect example of why you wouldn't take that. Now, if you had this exact same setup, but it occurred down here, then it's going to make a lot more sense. Nice job, Absent. Let's go. So that long failed there. Now you want to see some expansion. You see why you don't take that there? That's why it doesn't make sense to take that. Now you want to see some expansion here. You want to see this close below here. Let's push down. Maybe we get a little bounce at 06. I'm not playing that. I do like it for a bounce back into maybe the 15s, but I'm not taking that. But I do think that that could be a reaction spot. Got the protection of the whole number. You got a few things there, right? You got the protection of a whole number. It's kind of at about 50% of the range. Yeah, we already had. Was there news at 10:30? Oh, the oil news. Yeah. Let's. Still did not make it. We still should move lower here. I mean, like this gap down here actually probably makes a little more sense. Look what we also have down here. You have equal lows here. So this probably is a good short target as well. Especially if we close below this. This gap should hold, right? If we are truly bearish, this should hold. If we're truly bearish, you expect this to hold. As you now kind of have a shift in structure. You have a OB here. You have an order block here as well, and a fair value and a bearish gap. You would expect this gap to hold. We'll see. Maybe, maybe not. It's kind of what I think, though. 2 points to your TP and reversed again. It's giving off Tom Sabo vibes. I'm going to go ahead and take this on my eval only. Again, guys, this is an eval only play. Oh, shit. What happened there? I turned this copier off. When did they enter everything? Guys, that just copied across the accounts. That annoys me. All right. Well, we're only up $60 on those accounts now. Darn it. I just killed the trade as soon as I heard it. The copier click on there. I swore I turned the copiers off earlier. But that's okay. Still up $60 on it, so we lost half our profit there, but that's okay. That's all right. I'll just kill it right away. Oops. No, not on those accounts, Jan. That's on the other accounts. Oh, my goodness. All right. Now we're going to take it. I mean, if it closes above, then we're just bullish, right? But I think we can kind of target these equal lows down here. See if it wants to sell down or not. What up, Jeff? I'm still here. I just I turned the camera off for a moment. Got stop plus 150. Let's go. Yeah, Moses, I thought I clicked over there and turned it off. I guess maybe I had already turned it off, and so I turned it back on. But at least I recognized it right away and just took it off. It's okay. Yoma's on the phone with the market makers over there on his flip phone, telling them to flush it. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if it's going to work. There, it looks like it's pushing back up. Oh, yeah, Jamie, I just don't, I'm just going to kill it right away. I don't want it to, even if it was in green, it wouldn't even matter to me. Just don't want it to... I don't mind. I mean, like, we weren't super green on those accounts anyway. It's small green, so we'll see. We'll go ahead and add here 1. We'll take it off 212. Yeah, I don't mind this area. We'll take it off. If this thing does close above, then we probably are just going to go higher. We could just be completely bullish today, and maybe the short setups just don't work today. I mean, it could be, right? You never know. Nutty's down big, is he? What's going on with Nutty? Is he copying, though? I don't know if Nutty's copying today. I mean, here's the thing. If this does close above, I do think that we might revisit the high, even though we didn't quite hit 50% of the range. I think 50% of the range makes sense. I like this 06 area a lot, but it doesn't mean it has to go there. But I do like that area. I need to remember IB is set because I got to make that play over here on the other account. Do I just take 10 points on the first? Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just take 10 points on the first. That gives us like a clear break-even spot. Left equal lows there. Let's see if it runs lower. And I might just take this off at like the 06. Yeah, it gave us a chance to get out there. And we did not, but that's okay. I still feel like, I don't know. We're just kind of in this spot where it could go either way. I'll move the stop up a little bit. Get a close above. We'll just take it off. Should visit the low. Yeah, we'll see. We shall see. Let's see if we can push down here. Maxie, come on, man. Chill out. ES pushing here. 92. What time is it? 10:37. Choppy action. I mean, I guess the good news is there's not a lot of momentum through here, but, you know. Trades my Matt got 20 points. Don't know what he traded as the sound off today. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, price action's pretty tight today in the ES. It's like 10 point, 10 point range. Like tight 10 point range there. Does anybody know why Apex gave me Trade of 8 PA account? I passed my eval on Rhythmic. That is weird. I would send them a message, Charles. That doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. So if we get back below 29 here, I am going to move my stop to break even. I know that's tight, but that we need some expansion below 29 if we get back below there. So we'll see. There's no bodies on these candles, just all wick. All wick. No, this is eval, D. I would not take this trade. This is an eval only trade. Once we take the one trade, D, and we get our money on the other accounts, then we're eval only at that point. Eval only at that point. But yeah, I would never hold this on a fund. I would never take this trade on a funded. It's not really my model, first of all. And yeah, it's not my model. And, you know, it's not a high probability trade. It's like probably a 50-50 trade. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. We made 250 times 17 accounts, and then we were up 125 or 130 times 5 or 6, but now we're only up 50 or 60 because accidentally left the copier on. Still holding this gap, but look at me. It's just creeping. It's creeping. All right, the only hope we have is if we soup this high again. So if we push through that high and then we sweep back lower here. Yes, we do IFVG on the other stuff, yeah. Muhammad Al-Jani, welcome to the Methodical Crew. Thank you for your subscription. You the man. Again, if we move back below these equal lows, I am going to move my stop to break even. Now, this is just a random play. I mean, it would be logical for this to be like, you know, push up, sweep that high, and then kind of do that. But I don't know that that's going to happen. That would be, that's like, you know, an ideal scenario. It could just right through there. Jan, I don't think a long is horrible, but we're up here in premium, so I think short makes more sense. Maybe it doesn't make sense right now, but that's where we're at. Again, the run through the equal lows is going to be our break even. So let's get ready for that. Let's break even there and stopped out on that one. Stopped out on that one. Because here's the thing. If we're truly bearish, we shouldn't stop right there, right? We should run through that. And it might just go without me now. But that, you know, I don't know. That gives me a spot to get out. You know, we're not in the macro here. We are kind of, we did kind of build up low resistance here. So this might just go ahead and move lower. You know, realistically speaking, I probably should wait for this wick to move my stop down. But we've been in the trade too long. Sometimes if it gives you a little olive branch to get out, you just got to take it. So, what up, Carlos? How you doing? I still think it goes down, but it may wait for the macro here in 6 minutes to truly do it. ES is retesting the VWAP here. I mean, so far that gap it's been tested and it's held. So yeah, I didn't think I was too impulsive there, Winter Circle. I didn't think I was all that impulsive. It's just going to go without me now, most likely. Just going to go without me. So the idea was right. I thought that gap would hold, and it did indeed. You know, we got out. We got shook out, but that's all right. That's how it goes sometimes. That's how she goes. We were the nail on that one. Sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail. On that trade, we ended up being the nail. That's all right. Now, that's not a good look there when you kind of put it in a little higher low. Let's see. The It could be. I mean, I still think we go down. I think a healthy pullback here is necessary to continue higher. But is the old nasty girl always logical? Not really. She's not always logical. Winner Circle. I never gamble. I don't know what you're talking about. We don't gamble. Do we gamble? Do we gamble sometimes? Yeah, we're chopping right here, creating the idiot box. Probably in the next 5 minutes we get a move, but not until then. I got to run to the restroom right quick, guys. I'll be right back. Give me like 3-4 minutes. All right, we're back. T Gal, welcome to the Methodical Crew. Thank you for your subscription. You the man. All right, let's see what we get here. 1047. $250. Nope, those are off by a tick. Must be a huge one. No. Ask the 2 evals accounts you sacrificed during Age of Session about gambling. Yeah. Amy Winehouse? I don't know. I don't think I know much of her music. Didn't she die? Did Amy Winehouse die? I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm mixing her up with someone else. I thought maybe she did. I don't know. I could. Yeah. Okay, that's what I was thinking. I think I probably know 1 or 2 of her songs. I don't remember much, though. So ES is at the lows. It's at the low here. I'm going to take a little bounce play here. Trying that little bounce play. I think it may have gave 10 points. I had a bad entry. I think it may have gave 10 points, close to the 10 points. I'm thinking of Michael Jackson. Oh, your bullish trading mints. I mean, I don't know, mints. I don't hate the long, but I mean, we are in a macro, and theoretically speaking, mechanically speaking, this is an A setup. We swept liquidity. We hit OTE of the, no wait, we hit equilibrium. We are in the macro. So yeah, I mean, this might make sense. And of course we didn't close above. Probably should just target like that wick there. So stop to break even at 36 here. Right there, stop to break even. We are tapping into this inverse here, so do we know if it's going to make it above that? We don't really know. Yes, at the VWAP here. It's gotta just go if it's going to go. And if this fails, it's probably because drawn liquidity is lower. Again, I mean, it's okay. We were up like 10 points there, 11.5 points. Didn't take it. But I think it's an okay play. Now that kind of tells you that we're probably just bearish. So, you know, you could take a 30-second short here, or you could wait for us to close below this and then target a VWAP touch down here if you wanted to. I don't know. It's up to you. We do kind of have low resistance liquidity to the upside still. A few little trend line, not a lot, but a little bit. We can go far to the north. We'll see. I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's much to the upside that we still need to take intraday, right? So kind of like after you hit that level, after we hit that 255 or 251, whatever it was, it's like, do we have to continue higher? I don't know. I mean, I do think if we close back above this gap that we see the high. But at this point, this is the gap holding price down. This is the one that's been tested over and over and over. We know it means something. So if we do close above this, we expand into the high. But feels, I don't know. It's tough call here, I guess. Tough call. Yeah, what's going on, sound? What we got? I need to go into Topstep TV's channel and ask them when they're going to pay the affiliates this month. They probably don't respond to messages, huh? When are you going to pay me my money? If you're funded to make, let's say, 2,000 and take out 1,000, your drawdown. Yeah, I guess. Switching to micros. Yeah, I mean, not a bad idea. I'm going to say, any idea when affiliates will be paid? Let me go ahead and say. Yeah, I guess, unless you make more. You can always make more. Maybe they don't want to pay anyone since you're not exclusive. Yeah, Jan, but they still owe us for August. They still owe us for August. Yeah, they owe money to affiliates, Fred. The affiliation ended on August the 23rd. And so they got to pay us for those 23 days. Normally, you get an email around the 10th saying that your money will be there on the 20th. And I haven't received any kind of communication this month. Maybe they forgot. Yeah, right. Exactly, Trader on Tilt. I mean, they owe me like a couple $1,000s. It's not something I'm just going to sweep under the rug. Like, if we don't see it by the end of the month, I'll make a video on it and, you know, we'll see. Who can you tag in this chat? I guess I can ask in the Discord too, right? All right, let me close it out. I don't want to hear it. Probably can't pay right now after yesterday's house account was down 45K. Yeah, maybe. So we're right here. We're not really moving, guys. This is like just chop. It's kind of tragic. Sucks. Yeah. I have Apex accounts. I'm not hearing anything about their payouts. I don't know. I watched. So I'll be very candid with you. I watched Joey Morgan's video last night, and he kept saying that Apex has had massive denials. Like, I haven't seen massive, like they're doing mass denials is what he kept saying. So I don't know where he's getting that from. Like, are there some denials? Yeah, of course. Are there mass denials? No, I don't think so. And insinuating that maybe there's a liquidity issue at Apex. Guys, it's simple math, right? It is simple math. The number of evals sold versus the amount of payouts given are not equal. When you just take the number of evals sold and you just do the minimum amount, you just do simple math, they're making money. That doesn't even include the activation fees. We don't see the activation fees, right? We don't see that portion of it. Apex has money. Apex is making money. That's not the issue. Have they handled the things that they've been doing in the proper way? No, they have not. They've not handled it the way it should be handled. But I don't think it's a liquidity issue at all. I think he's way off base there. And, you know, then he did say in his video that by bashing Apex, it does not help his sales because he's not an affiliate of an eval company. He's only an affiliate with Tradeify and Fast Track that are direct to funded. But Tradeify is an eval company. And whether you're an affiliate with an eval company or not, by bashing Apex, you are still attempting to lure people into your own affiliates. That's the only reason you make the video, right? But it's everybody's opinion. Who really knows? I think they're fine. So we know how many evals are sold, Fred. That's public information. They tell you that. So they just want to keep more of the money. Exactly, Man Moxie. So, but you have to choose who you're going to trade with. If you choose to trade with Apex, you do that knowing full well what the rules are. and what the possibilities might be that could happen. So that's all. You got to make the decision yourself. Moses spent 54K. Woo, Moses. Woo, goodness. Now, I'm not an Apex I'm not an Apex, I don't know what you want to call it. I'm not an Apex apologist, I guess is what we'll say. If they do something wrong, I call it like it is, Did they handle this last rollout correctly? No. Have they handled any of the rollouts they've ever done correctly? No, they have not. But is it a liquidity issue? Come on. You got to be, I don't want to say you got to be an idiot, but like pretty close to that. If you think these prop firms are not making money hand over fist. Just insane amount of money, guys. So, yeah, Fred, you can find that number. Where was that number at? It's in there. Where was the number at? It might have been in the Discord. Maybe you can't find it out now. But I know at one point in time, Nutty had the information for the number of evals sold. And I don't remember where he got it. Maybe it's on the website. I don't know. But you could just do the math. What up, White Hash? Greetings from Chile. Oh, thanks, Ruben. Welcome in. So that being said, like I said, I don't think that there's any issue with Apex as far as liquidity goes. But if you feel that way and you think that, that's completely okay to think it and trade somebody else. That's all. Trade somebody else. Go with Fast Track, go with Tradeify, go with Take Profit Trader, My Funded Futures, whoever. It doesn't matter. Bulenox. I mean, there's certainly other companies that are ran better, that have better customer service, that pay quicker. There's other companies out there that do that and that you don't have to worry about breaking a rule and getting paid with. I personally have never had a problem with Apex paying me on time. I've never had a denial. It has nothing to do with me being a YouTuber. I guarantee you they don't even know who I am. I've never reached out to them as a YouTuber. I've never, tried to become anything other than a normal affiliate with them. In fact, it took me over 6 months to get a custom code with Apex. If I was someone that was on their radar and that they knew, trust me, I would have had a custom code so much faster. So, but Apex is not failing, Black Beauty. Come on. It definitely is not. It is not. That sucks, Francis. The most reliable, I love Bulenox. I think Bulenox is awesome. You have to leave the buffer in, though, to take a payout, and that trips some people up. But that does allow you to keep the account longer, more long-term, by leaving the buffer in, right? But it does mean that it takes longer to get to payout. Yeah, Gus, that's what it did. Gus, it hit your level last night. Great call out, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that donation last night, too, the super chat. We don't know how accurate the info. Yeah, that's true, Jamie. You're very true. You're very true. But I don't think, I don't think they have liquidity issues at all. You don't understand how bad that company would have to be ran in order to have that problem. Now, could it happen? Yeah, sure. It can happen to anybody. I just don't believe that's the issue. I don't believe that's the issue. If there was max payout denials, I think there'd be much more uproar. Are there some people who are getting denied for whatever reason? I don't know the reason. Yeah, there is. I don't know the reason. I don't know why. I have no insight into that. Can someone just say they didn't break the rules? Sure. You can just say I didn't break the rules. And maybe you broke the rules. Maybe you didn't. I don't know. I wasn't there trading you. I wasn't sitting in your lap. So I don't know. But I will agree, Black Beauty, Apex hurt their business. They hurt their business. I've seen it in affiliates. My sales are down. I've seen it in all aspects. So they did hurt their business by handling things the way they handled them. It's never good to do that. So, but I think Apex is still making a lot of money, and I don't think liquidity is an issue. I don't think that's an issue. Looking for 25 points either way to go long or short. I mean, I think as long as we hold below this. I mean, here's the thing. This tells the story. Above this, probably see the highs. Below this, we see these equal lows. That's the best I can give you, D. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's like each person has a different experience, right? If I got, now I will say this, and I said this the other day outspokenly. I said this the other night during the Asia session. If you put in for a payout request and then say you put in the payout request on the 15th or 16th, I think there was someone in the chat who said they did. And then they were put on probation on the 23rd and the payout request was denied due to probation. That's fucked up, right? They need to fix that if that was the case. Now, again, you're just taking someone's word on it. They probably have no reason to lie, but you just don't know, right? We don't know. Maybe they're telling the truth. Maybe they're not. If they are telling the truth, then that's extremely messed up, and I would be furious. That's all I'm saying. You know. Am I going to go make a video on it because someone said that? No, of course not. Do I think Fast Track has liquidity issues? No. So they're making a lot of money. I'm telling you. You know, a lot of people who are no longer able to buy evals. I mean, I don't know if there's a lot of people roaming. There was around 10%. So let's say you got 300 people watching and 10% got the letter. That's 30 people, right? I think Apex has came out and said that 4% of the people or something like that got the letter. Maybe they said 1. I don't remember exactly. Let's go, White Hash. Nice job. You just want to pass the second Bulenox? Yeah. It's tough to do in the middle of the day, D. But if you're not allowed to buy evals, I mean, what does that really mean? Go trade somewhere else. That's all it means. Go trade somewhere else. It's always an option. Does it suck? Yeah. I think there probably should be like a hard limit. Maybe they're like, maybe they should come up with, they'll never do this, but maybe they should say like, oh, once you make, you know, I don't know, 200K, 250K, whatever the number's going to be. Once you make 250K, we're going to consider you for live. If we don't want you to go live, then we're just going to say, c'est la vie, go our separate ways, and we'll see you in a year or two or whatever. So, yeah. From what I understand, they were evaluating people to go live, right? This is the reason that they gave. They're evaluating people to go live, and then, so for the next 30 days, your accounts are on probation. You can no longer buy evals. You can no longer, basically you just trade in the PAs that you have at that time, right? For the next 30 days. Now, their version, explanation, whatever, is that they're evaluating people to go live, and that's why. Do I really believe that? I don't know. But at the end of the day, if you can't buy any more evals and there's no incentive for you to go live, which I don't think there is at all, ever, then take your money, go your separate ways, and just go trade somewhere else. There's other options. So many other prop firms. So if that's the case, not adding any more, 2 other good options. Exactly, Jamie. And that's the thing. Like, if you're having problems with them, you know, there actually is quite a few, Jan, with the 20 accounts. You got Fast Track. You got, now I don't know anything about these other ones. You got Flexi. You got Precision. You got, I would guess that's about it, right? Anybody else allow 20? Bulenox allows 11. I mean, so, you know, there are some other ones out there. So, you think Fast Track had 60K active accounts? Yes, Pine Tree. That's what I'm saying. Like, for people to think these props don't have money, it's just math, guys. Money in versus money out, and there's no way they don't have money. Now, does that mean that a company cannot fail because they have money? No, that's not what that means. There are plenty of companies out there that are ran by idiots, and we got a few in the prop firm space, let's just be honest. So, yes, they still can fail even if they don't have liquidity issues. because they got other issues, right? So it still can happen, but I don't think liquidity is the reason. I don't think that's a reason for a company to fail, not a prop firm, in my opinion. So 2 orders at once, taps the first and cancels the other one. On Quantile Bassett, it's like this right here. So you would place, so the way you have to have it is you don't have a stop loss. No stop loss, right? You put your buy here, you put your stop, you put your sell here, and then you OCO and connect the two. And then that way, once it hits this one, it cancels that one and vice versa. So no stop loss is the key in doing that. So can you have a personal live account? Yeah, of course. Trader on Tilt. If you go live, would you have to throw out the evals you've paid for? I don't think so, Predator. I think that you can continue to use those evals. You can turn those into PAs, and then any profit. That's the thing, guys. There's no benefit to going live. What's the benefit of going live? You are using your own profit when you go live. You are in fact using your own profit when you go live there. That's why there's no benefit to it. You're not using their money. You're using your money. So kind of got in late on this one. Did we hit the internal? No, we didn't hit the internal yet, so I think it's okay. So back below this wick here, I'll go break even. Baiting that long the market wants me to lose. Uh-oh, Jan. I mean, I might be baited on the short. I like all these wicks down here to at least be ran, though. I mean, I could probably just take profit here. 10 points. I mean, that's probably the safe target, but. So below this wick here, we'll go break even if we get it. And we'll see what happens there. We want to see a little expansion below that wick. We're just outside the macro. So the market really didn't move, to be honest. Really didn't move the way we thought it was going to move there. Well, if we can get a move below those wicks, we'll just go ahead and go break even. I want to see a little expansion below those wicks there. There we go. It may just get stopped here. That's okay if we do. We're in late. We really should have been in up here at 231, to be honest. So ran the equal lows there. Really want to see some expansion lower. Not really getting it. Just looking for us to retap that imbalance down there at the 211s. I don't think it's completely unreasonable to expect. Probably could put my stop up here. That would be the smarter thing to do. Stopped out. We gave it the good old college try. Pipe, I'm using inversion strategy. That's what I'm using. The inversion strategy. So we held a fair value gap here. We have a 1 minute inverse here. We also had a 30-second over here. So my entry actually should have been here. You can see I got in, 6 points too late there. Very late entry for me. You know, your target would be these equal lows here. So if I got in at the proper time, that would have been a 12-point winner. So we would have been scaled and break even already. And then you would target the wick, this wick here. This wick here should be hit. And then your last target would be these equal lows here, just below the VWAP. I mean, we could re-enter on a close below this gap. You would think that we at least hit these equal lows, but this is the better entry up here. Yes, well, it's not a fail, Jan, because I'm looking at this. We held the gap that you see that I got outlined there, and then we had this, which is only about 5 points. So it's not that obvious, but it is there. So we pushed up, we failed to close above this, and then we have a death candle straight through this gap. That tells me that we should at least hit these equal lows, right? Next target would be here, and then your next target would be down here at these equal lows. But because of my bad entry, my stop to break even was here instead of here. And I almost put the stop here, but I decided not to. As you see, if I put the stop where it really should have been, we're still in the trade, and it already hit it would have already hit our target, in fact. Right? No, I guess it didn't quite hit it yet. 211, I think, was our target. Do I have a video? White hash, yes, there's one on mine. Just type in inversions, methodical man. It is Maverick. The commissions, from what I understand, are a little bit more expensive on Tradeify, and I don't quite know why. I think round trip is like $6 on a mini, which is going to be the most expensive place that I've seen. So, and that's on the direct to funded. I don't know why that is, though. It's weird. I have no idea why that is. It seems expensive. I like taking the inversion trades in the macro time. That makes them a little more higher probability. Now it looks like we're getting a little expansion lower here without me, but that's all right. And again, as I said, if we close below this gap here, then we're probably going to hit the those equal lows down there at 175 through the VWAP there. You pay $10 with Schwab. That seems expensive, but that's a live account, Gus. So I don't really know. Live account, I think it has a lot to do with how many trades you take, whether you have a monthly plan, that kind of stuff. So ES hanging out at the lows here. We do have a bullish SMT, pretty big SMT with the ES, higher low. Nasdaq hanging out the highs, ES hanging out the lows. Who's going to win? ICT, I can't trade. I am the GOAT. We had another ICT guy in my chat last night. His name was Tom ICT. Tom ICT. Thought it was Tom Sabo over here trolling me. But it, in fact, was not Tom Sabo. He was a scammer. $10 is too much high. Yeah, Ninja charges $3.98. That's good. Yeah, this is a kind of soup this low here. You had vertigo? I mean, this is this low, I don't like that low as a target, to be honest, but we are kind of generating a little trend line to the downside here. Let's see kind of what happens here. Do we hold below this? Do we push above it? I don't know. I mean, I do think that we will explode up if we get above this. I do think that we'll go fast to the high. How much do you need to make on a 50K Buley account to withdraw 1,000? I thought I needed 2,600. No, you need 3,600 SS trading. So you have to leave, very important, guys, to understand on Bulenox, you have to leave the buffer in. So you have to leave the buffer in on Bulenox. So for $1,000 withdrawal, you need to make $3,600. The good thing about that is that you can, once you do that, you're more than likely going to be able to keep that account long term, right? as opposed to potentially blowing the account. Yeah, exactly, Black Beauty. I agree 100%. Like, it just makes sense. Man, I kind of want to stab short here. I think a short here might make sense. If the ES holds below 91 here, then I think this thing sells back down. But we do have a bullish SMT, which I don't love. ES did not take this low. So it might make sense. I don't know. I like a sell back down here, but it's kind of watching here. See. Oh, let's go, D. Nice job. Nice job. Nice job. I mean, if the ES can pop 91 here, we can go, but I'm not sure. ES has definitely been looking weaker today than Nasdaq. That's for sure. You're literally so GOAT that yesterday I entered a trade and put my TP and stop loss, and what happened that the price hit my TP and reversed back to my stop loss, which had me enter into another position. Did you win both trades? One daily payout and one backup regular eval. Yeah, I mean, I think that makes a lot of sense, right? Black Beauty. I need to pick up a trade day account. I really do. I've never used them, and I've heard some decent things about them. How quickly were my payouts? Scott, I request them on, I request the payout on like Wednesday. No, I usually request on Friday. So I request on Friday, the money would be in my account Tuesday morning. And the money would come out of my account Monday afternoon from my Bulenox account. So he gave you an extra 100 points. Nice. All right, there might be a 30-second inverse back to the downside here. It's not that obvious, man, and I don't know. I say this a lot. I don't like targeting a low that just swept the low, especially inside a fair value gap. So, like, I don't like targeting this low that just swept this low inside a fair value gap. I don't like that. But we'll see. 5.5 points. Good luck, D. Good luck. Would actually kind of think that if we kind of, yeah. I don't know. Tough spot here. I mean, you could just wait for this to close above and then along to the high. I think that we hit OTE on this push down here. If I fibbed it, let me see. Not quite. We actually only hit 50%. Still might be enough. You're going long now? I don't think it's horrible, right? I think it makes sense. I was thinking that if we closed above 230 here, I might join the party. Very tight stop. Stop doesn't have to be but 7 points. Or we could just wait, see what happens up here. That being said, I mean, we still could. I mean, we do have equal lows below 175. So, no scaling just means like if you can, if you start off with 5 minis, the ability to trade 5 minis, then you're always going to have the ability to trade 5 minis. Scaling only means that some companies will start you off in an eval. You'll be able to trade. You'll be able to trade 7 minis, and then once you get funded, you can only trade 1 or 2 until you reach a certain profit target, and then they would give you a few more minis to use there or whatever. So. Now, does that mean that we can't sweep this low? Of course not. The draw is lower. you know, we just move lower. Who knows? I just don't like targeting, you know, a low that's inside, that's already been swept by another low. That's all. Let's see how if this gap stays open. We do have one on the 30-second chart as well. 6.5 points on the 30-second chart. I don't know that this one stays open on the 1 minute. Now, if we do get this inverse here on the 30-second, there's no sweep of liquidity really here. We do have a wick here, but I mean, not really a clean sweep. You know, this would be the one that you'd want to sweep. So there's no sweep of liquidity. We would only be delivering from a fair value gap, which will make this like a B plus setup on the 30-second chart for a long, potentially. If we get it, we'll see. So now the 1 minute is not near as obvious. Yeah, the 1 minute's not as obvious as the 30-second. So, although there are two gaps in the 30-second, the leg of the 30-second chart here. So you got to take into account both. So it's about 6.5 points. So if we get some momentum here, like I said, this is like a B setup. There's no sweep of liquidity. This is a protected low. I don't mind the long here if we get it. If we get some momentum through here. We'll see. Max contract 7 on a 50K. Yes, yeah. So all that means is that you'll just be able to trade 7, you know. You'll still be able to trade 7. So if we get some momentum here. ES is at initial balance low as well. Still have the bullish SMT there with the ES. So there is a bullish SMT here. There's a few of the, you know, couple things. To the moon, maybe. We'll see. You only trade 1 or 2, still not understand no scaling. No, yeah. So basically all it's saying is for no scaling. So I'm going to give you an example. If you can trade 5 minis in the eval, then you can trade 5 minis when you're funded. That's what no scaling means. If there is a scaling rule, then you may be able to trade 5 in the eval, but when you get funded, they may only allow you to trade 1 or 2 minis. See what I'm saying? They'll restrict the number of minis that you can trade when you're funded. Now, if you're only trading 1 or 2, that scaling rule, if there was one, doesn't affect you at all. So you don't have to worry about it. Sweeping liquidity. I love music. That means so stops typically are sitting below wicks, right? So if someone got long here, their stop is below here. So a sweep of liquidity would be price moving below this and then moving back up. So you could say like, oh, we swept here. You could say that. You know, that's a wick. But you'd like to see one that kind of made, you know, a high or a low. And you can see, is price really showing a willingness to move higher here? It's not really showing a willingness yet. Now you do have a sweep of liquidity because we reswept this low. And we may even sweep this. Let's go back to the 1 minute. Pipe, Predator, you have a good day too. I learned to trade just watching YouTube, watching several videos on YouTube, which is what you can use. I don't think you need to take a course or anything like that. I think that everything you need is offered for free. It took me a little over a year. It took me like 9 months to pass an eval because I went through a strategy hopped. I went through every strategy that you can think of and try to find one that kind of like aligns with my personality. That's one thing that I think that a lot of people, especially new traders, overlook. Whether or not a strategy actually aligns with your personality. Well, like, methodical, what do you mean by that? Well, what I mean is, you know, are you someone who can show extreme patience? If you can show extreme patience, then I don't know why I had that marked out. So if you can show extreme patience, then maybe a strategy where you go for larger targets makes sense for you, where maybe you don't move your stop as quickly. I do not have that ability. So I know that for me, that it's much better for me to move my stop quickly, to have a strategy where my stop is moved quickly. I'm going to go ahead and take a little stab here. So you got to find the strategy that works for you, that aligns with your personality. There's plenty of them out there. There's no right way. There's no wrong way to trade. We'll do whatever works for you, right? That's all you got to do. Find something and go with it. There's a third fair value gap on the 20. Yeah, I do see that, but I don't know. I do think we run lower here. I'm going to kind of put my stop where I think, you know, it's a little higher than I like, but if we close back above this gap, I'll probably just kill it, effectively being like a 10 or a 12-point stop. So can I just open and close the trade? Yes, you can. No, it doesn't have to be green, but you do have to stay above the threshold. Let's go. Nice job, White Hash. And again, this is kind of a late-ish entry, you know, but we'll see. Yeah, exactly, music. Lots of money to be patient. You're impatient scalping for me, win or lose, call it a day. Yeah, that's what I do. I don't have the ability to hold my trades like I should. Like I mean, some trades I can hold longer, but funded trades, I mean, we should be talking about funded trades. And funded trades, I do not have the ability to hold as long as I should. So if you're newer, never pay for a course or a signal service. That's what I'm saying, Pine Tree. I agree. Chart time is the easiest way. It's the best way to learn. It does take time, but being on the charts is the easiest way to learn. The fastest. So we'll see what happens. Signal service doesn't really work because, you know, like, especially if you're scalping, there's going to be a delay inherently, you know, even if it's only a few seconds. And sometimes as fast as Nasdaq moves, you know, 1 or 2 seconds is the difference between taking profit and taking a loss. So, yeah, Gus, I think it's going for the VWAP as well. So I was like, we'll take this trade. I'm in late. Obviously, you know, it's okay. I think that I like the bounce back into the 210 actually. That big rejection off the 210 and then kind of below this wick here. I might actually even take profit above 90. Because 90 typically is like an area of, you know, struggle to get through the 90. So maybe we'll take profit a little sooner than that. Below this wick, we will move the stop down. ES retested on this pushback up, retested initial balance low as well. So you want to see this thing go down now. This is a key candle. You don't really want to see this pushing back up. Holding below the 9 there. Don't love that. I don't love it. Oh, Diddy Pine Tree? I have to check it out. You bought a couple of courses because you didn't really know. Yeah. That's nothing wrong with that. And like if you bought a course and it helped you, there's nothing wrong with that either, right? There's nothing wrong with that. If it helps you, that's fine. But I'm just saying, like, with a little diligence, you know, and a little, you know, what's the word? With a little due diligence there, you can find everything out on your own without having to pay someone. So, a little motivation. Motivation would be the word. Not looking good here. This is kind of the line in the sand for me. No, I've never traded treasuries. Never traded them. I heard that a lot of the props did away with treasuries. I think Tradeify did too. All right, that closed back above. I don't love it. Taking it off. Taking it off, taking it off, taking it off. So, again, I probably could have taken some profit there. We were up 5 points. You know. Just one of those things. Bouncing off the 200. Do, 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 do. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, Fast Track did it as well. Looks like the same as Apex. Yes, yeah, that's how it works. But you do have to trade 5 days, but you can pass it in 1. We're going. We're going for it. Why not? See if we can get the highs here. See if we can hit the highs. Got your 12.5 points. Let's go, Jan. Flipping the switch. That's right. That's how you do it on an eval. You don't worry about it. I mean, obviously the entry was much lower, but the entry was much lower there, but all right, stops in. We hit that internal there, so we'll see if it can run. What's that, Max? Long? Short? I don't know what you're saying, Max. I don't know what Max is saying over there. I think he's saying, go! Yes, there's an activation fee, 148. Max is with me on the short. No, Max is not. He's against you on the short. You bought 201. Max said he is against you on the short. Serdos, we closed back above this gap. Once we closed back above this gap, there was also a 30-second long there and a 1 minute long. So as soon as we closed here, you kind of know that it's probably going to go back up. It should not, if we're truly bearish there, it should not have stopped. So now this is still the gap. If we get above this gap here, we can rocket ship up, but we'll see. I may even move the stop down here because I feel like I should have. Stop already should have been down there. I might, yeah, I'll move this down to here. And if it comes back and it kills the account, then whatever. Still holding us down here, looks like. Oh. Come on, Max. We need a bark or something. Rip it up, man. Possibly put in a 1 minute OB here. That'd be nice. Get some expansion. Close above this midpoint of the scalp. Get a little expansion. Come on, Maxie. Let's get a little growl going. Get a little growl going. Maybe it can expand. It thinks I'm Max. Go. 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 Yes, Max. Do it. Do it, Max. More barks. Put my stop right here for the 1. I want that. Oh, come on. Really? Go. What are we doing, man? Get above there. $250 is reasonable. Yeah, I got my next one at the high of day. ES kind of rejecting that 91 level. Don't love it. Got to get above there. Otherwise, down we go. Stops in. Thank you, Jam. Appreciate you. What do you think about entering at 32 for longs? I mean, seems okay. I mean, if you want to be safe, wait for us to close above here. Appreciate you, Jam. Yeah, 91's just freaking a brick wall there. And stopped out. That sucks. I mean, break even after being up, 15 points, not taking anything. What can you do? Oh, yeah, Absent, I agree, but I thought that we can make it to 245. I thought that we could do it. I thought that we could do it. Close above this gap. I mean, because obviously this gap's holding us down. Look. So close above this box. I think so too, Jan. That's what I think. If this gap breaks, that we moonshot. Nowhere is safe. Yeah, that's probably true, right, Hash? Probably a very, very true comment. I'm glad I didn't just leave my stop down here somewhere. I just put it at break even. Now, what this might do, this might, this hang around. If it doesn't sweep this low, hang around. Give us another inverse out of this. Right there at the macro, maybe we could take it. We'll see. So Nutty's down 750. Looks like he's on an eval now. He's in a long currently, looks like. Up nicely. So mechanically speaking, this would be an A setup. Now, why do I say mechanically here? Because like it really just depends on the draw and liquidity. It depends on, you know, those things. This is really like an internal leg too. It's not really the leg that's holding price down. But you would be delivering from a fair value gap. You don't really have a sweep of liquidity here. So it's kind of like an A or a B plus setup, really like a B plus. If it's resweeps this low, then maybe you could call it A. Every day do I take a trade? Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Pipe, this is on an eval. So theoretically speaking, I'm done trading. So yeah, he's down 6,700 looks like. So technically, I'm done trading Pipe. This is just me trading an eval where I'm going to be more aggressive. I'm going to be more aggressive on the evals than I am on the fundeds. One trade per day on the fundeds, and I put them away. It's typically what I do. If you guys haven't already, hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. We do appreciate it. And if you want to support the channel, we got all the affiliate links and codes in the description of the video. We got the fast track link pinned up there in the top of the chat. They do still have the $80 account. So the 25K rally account is only $80. Click the link, stack the code FTT_45 and apology_tour for 55% off, making the cost $80. Tradeify is got an $81 growth account, so it's a 50K account with end of day drawdown, no activation fee, so your total cost is $81. Bulenox is still currently 90% off. Apex is 80% off with 1 day to pass. The 30-second actually looks better. Take Profit Trader is 50% off, and they will refund your activation fee once you pass, or once you get to a payout. And My Funded Futures is currently $48 for new customers. $48 all in for the 50K starter account. $76 if you're not a new customer, which is still a good deal. And that's it. That's all that. That's the commercial. That's the commercial. Yeah, white hash. That is like, and I say that all the time. Like that's what has made me get my payouts. Stick to what you want to do. 1 trade per day. Now, yesterday you guys did see me on the Tradeify account take more than 1 trade on that one. That was wrong. That was against my rules. I broke the rules on that one. But theoretically speaking, I had already taken 2 initial balance losses on that account. So we should have been down $800. We're down $1,000. But this is the thing. If I would have waited for yesterday's initial balance play, I would have actually waited for the actual retest on the Nasdaq. We would have won we would have made $600 on that play. So from that perspective, we weren't that great yesterday on those. So thanks, Serdos. Appreciate you. Anyways, we're ripping higher, ripping lower, doing all the things. ES is taking out the low. Nasdaq is not, or at least the most recent swing. So we do have a bullish SMT here. Very small gap right here. Like how big is that? I mean, that's not very big at all. That is not that big at all. We did tap the 98s. So I do like a pushback up off this level, but man. Feels like we just go lower. We'll see kind of what happens here in another minute or two. Still got the equal lows down there at 175. We use the first trade that cannot resist the desire to repair. Yes. Music. That's what happened to me yesterday. I have that same desire. Exact same thing. Exact same thing there. And I might take a 1 candle like stab here, I think, long. Eh. I'm down 677 on the account, so that is a factor. I wanted to, but I could go maybe 1 contract with a 10-point stop. We'll go 1. It might just kill us right away, but we'll try it. I think it's a decent area to kind of maybe look for a long. We'll see. The stop probably is safer below this low. I guess we can do that. Just on the eval. I don't love that. I may just get out here and move my stop up very quickly. I want to see a quick burst in above the 212, that wick there. If we don't get it here, I'm going to just get out. So I want to see this candle make it above that. Yeah, I don't love it. See if we can get this momentum here. Let me switch over to my, yeah. All right. All right, I'm just going to eat it there. Gave me a chance to get out of there, but I didn't. We probably need to sweep this 175.50 area before we can continue higher. It's probably what we need to do. Those equal lows down there. Do we go? All right, we might degen here, guys. We might degen. We might degen. Turn your head. Turn your head if you're squeamish. If you're indeed squeamish, turn your head. Because we probably blow the account here. It's probably going to take my money and then sweep through there. Yeah, probably so. All right. Well, there it is on that one. Turn your head. I warned you. I gave you warning. I gave you warning there. Take my money. R.I.P. R.I.P. I mean, I still think it runs to 175, but we'll see. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, ICT, I just don't want to risk that much. Gambling time. That's right. Now we're up, Benny. This, if we fail to, can we get banned if we fail too many evals? No. No, of course not. Sold 194. It's going to go now. I just 1 candle too soon. That's the same thing I did last time it did that. Just 1 candle too soon, I think. One candle too soon. $175.50. How's it not hit that? You think it hits it, right? Do, 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 do. I mean, I think the next test below the VWAP here, it runs that 175.50. It should. If we can kind of get below that 180 there, I think it can run lower. Let's see what it does. Testing the VWAP there. You just need to push through. One more push through. Third time's the charm. Should take it out. Should get it to go here. One more push down. You can do it. It's the VWAP. Come on, get through there. One more push down. You think the third time would be the charm. You get in and not one green candle up. I think it goes to, I mean, it should run those equal lows at 175. I don't know, though. Maybe not, but it feels like it should. Feels like maybe it should have already, though, huh? We are in the macro here, so coming up on the top of the hour. Let's see if it pushes through there. All right. The VWAP. Yeah, we did jump in over here trying to get that push through. I mean, I couldn't. I know I moved my stop down to lock in 300 because like below that wick there, I wanted it just to run through it, but it didn't. So, yeah, a little $280 back on that account. We'll take it. So for somebody that was asking about the round trip fees, you can see. So 2 minis, $11.36 round trip. So it's about, what is that, like $5.62, 63 cents round trip. So it's not horrible, but it's definitely not great. Hey, let's go, Sarvez. Welcome to the Methodical Crew. Thank you for your subscription. You the man. You see what it's doing here. Trapping, and then it's just going to probably at the top of the hour just wick lower and done. So sold 3 more 190. Let's go. This does kind of line up with the ES hitting the 82 there. Looks like one more manipulation here might be in play. All right, Robert, appreciate you. Look at this boner. Man, goodness. That's so dirty. Look at this boner. Yeah, this is rough, D. This is where I struggle because, like, when you know that it's going to take a level, you're like, it's taking this, right? And so you just target it, and then the market does this. It says, oh, you think I'm going here? Nope. Instead, we're going to do this. then we'll go here. You know? That's how it gets me. And I mean, from a short, like if you're just thinking from like a better perspective, the retest of 26 is actually not a bad thing, right? Retest, hold that area, and then come down and take it. I mean, that's not horrible. It's not a horrible idea. You've been in short for an hour? Goodness. 161. Let's go, Pine Tree. I think that's probably a pretty good target. Pretty good target. Swept 3 equal lows, did it? I mean, I don't really see. I mean, we still got equal lows down here, but they're kind of close. Maybe doesn't get to it. All right, guys. I think it's going to do it for me. ICT. Oh, I'm just going to go ahead and lock it down there. Let's go ahead and lock her down. So we blew the one eval. Hey, you know, it happens. But the fast track rallies were up, you know, whatever. 260 across those 17 accounts. You can see there, not hiding anything from you, just clicking on random ones, any of them. Anyone. And then the Apex PAs were up like 50, 60 bucks. You know, we were up like 130 or 140. And we accidentally left the copier on. But we'll just take the $60 and call it a day. And then here's the eval that we blown, just for full transparency right there. Didn't take any other trades on any of the other accounts. We did take a trade on Trade of 8, 268 on that. So still in drawdown on that account, $700 and whatever, $64. But we'll work on it, try to get it back. We'll see, ICT. I don't know. Maybe next. I mean, I'm hoping by Monday we can be able to take out a nice little payday. So we'll see. But anyways, guys, if you are interested in supporting the channel, all the links and everything down below. I appreciate you guys watching. We'll probably be on tonight for a little short stream. Maybe we come back for the power hour. I don't know. We might come back for the power hour today. We'll see. If you guys see me live, then I'll be live. If not, then I won't be. But either way, appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you next time.